I also want to thank my honourable friend, the Member for Poplar and Limehouse, for bringing this crucial debate and for the incredible work she has always done to shine a light on this issue. And I want to be absolutely clear that what we're discussing today is specifically male violence against women and girls. That first word is often omitted, giving us a very neat acronym, VROG. But when we, in discussion, leave it out, we remove the perpetrators from the conversation. The focus then shifts solely to victims. And while the protection of survivors must always be a priority, we cannot treat this as a women-only issue, because this is not a female issue at all. We are not the problem. It is, and always has been, a male issue. There is no action that a woman can take that will ever justify her harassment, assault, rape, abuse, femicide, mutilation, or any other of the horrific crimes committed by men against women and girls. Violence against women and girls is not inevitable. It's the predictable outcome of a society that still treats women's safety as optional rather than fundamental. And if we are serious about ending violence against women and girls, we have to start with prevention, and that means embedding consent and healthy relationships in education in every single school. Our focus has to be on addressing the culture that raises some men and boys to believe that such behaviour is acceptable. And we must confront the gaps in our criminal justice system that in practice decriminalise these offences, signalling time and time again that they can be committed with little fear of consequence. Now, as a London MP, violence against women and girls is definitely a citywide problem, and we've heard and will continue to hear statistics that show its scale. For most women, this violence can occur anywhere, at home, at school, at work, on a night out, walking in a public space, and even when travelling on public transport. Most women and girls in London will have a story about harassment on the capital's public transport network. In truth, the data suggests it is harder to find a woman who hasn't experienced it, but we know they rarely report it. And of those that are reported, the figures paint a very stark picture. Last year, over 120,000 crimes of violence against women and girls were reported to the Met. Now, these have seen alarming levels actually on public transport, because in the first half of 2025, 907 sexual offences were reported across Transport for London services, up from 879 in the same period the previous year. And for the Elizabeth line, there was a 247.8% increase from 2023 to 2024, followed by a further rise this year. On the Underground, offences rose to 856 cases from 745 the previous year, and on the bus network, reports rose by 28.6%. Again, we know these figures represent only a fraction of the true scale of offending. Surveys have found that over half of women in London have experienced sexual harassment on buses, the tube or trains. A significant proportion of women who experience this harassment and assault never ever report it, and transport-related incidences are no exception. Too many women who do come forward are not believed or are treated as though they are the problem rather than the victim, or witness firsthand the shortcomings of investigations. They are told the perpetrator couldn't be identified because the carriage was too busy. They are told the CCTV wasn't working. They are told that nothing can be done on this occasion, but they should report it if it happens again. These responses erode confidence that the police are willing or equipped to deal with such cases. They also add to the wider crisis of trust in policing that women and girls feel acutely. And so perpetrators are effectively given the green light. They know their victim may not report. They know that even if she does, the chances of being caught, let alone prosecuted, are slim. And this creates a vicious cycle. Fewer reports lead to fewer prosecutions. Fewer prosecutions remove any meaningful deterrent. Offending escalates, men become emboldened, and women feel increasingly unsafe on the city's transport networks. Now, I recognise the Mayor of London and TfL have expanded poster campaigns to encourage reporting and bystander intervention. It's important that these things are done in terms of improving our culture, but we do need more. We need a far stronger coordination between TfL and the British Transport Police to identify and catch offenders. We need concrete, measurable action to improve conviction rates. We need every institution involved, TfL, British Transport Police, the Met, City Hall, working together with absolute clarity and purpose to tackle harassment and to protect victims and to hold perpetrators to account. Women and girls should be able to travel across our city without fear for their safety, and we urgently need to get a grip on this issue. And just as I come to a close, I just want to make sure that I made a point that, as well as prevention, we need to ensure that when women do speak out, they have somewhere safe for them to go. And right now, too many specialist support services are still struggling to keep their doors open. And the services that do exist are often inaccessible to black women, migrant women, and women with insecure immigration status. A refuge that a refugee women can't access is no refuge at all. Thank you.